see what's inside the box. First up, we have the phone itself, then a smaller box that has the SIM ejector tool, then we have the supercharger, USB-C cable, and a pair of earphones. For the most part, in the hands, the Mate 30 Pro feels like a slightly thicker P30 Pro. The metal and glass design feels rock solid and is exactly what we would expect from the Mate series. The camera-focused design language on the back comes from the same DNA as last year's Mate 20 Pro, but now looks cooler and more futuristic. This one we have here is in the space silver color that doesn't have an exact look. It absorbs the ambient color of the environment it's in, so what you're seeing here may not be what you'll see in person, which I think is really cool. However, it's still really glossy and slippery, and since it's glass, it's a pure fingerprint magnet. Up front, we get a 6.53-inch OLED display with a resolution of 2400 by 1176, which, yes, has a thick bar-type notch on top, but in this case, I can actually forgive this, since it's not as tall as an iPhone notch, and since it packs the important 3D depth camera for secure face unlock. For all intents and purposes, display quality is pretty much the same as what you would get on the P30 Pro, but what definitely sets this display apart are the extremely curved edges which Huawei calls the Horizon display. It gives a literal edge-to-edge viewing experience, and granted, it's not the first time we've seen it. Oppo and Vivo were the first to showcase it, but it's still really cool. Not only does this make the phone look really futuristic and pretty much eliminate the side bezels, but this allows for the removal of the physical volume buttons. The power button is still physical, which is on the right side, but the volume buttons are now virtual keys on the side of the screen. The haptic feedback feels great, you can configure them to appear on either side, and sliding up and down to adjust volume feels great. Other nice features of the display are the acoustic screen for taking calls, and it makes for half a front-facing audio experience, and an in-display fingerprint scanner. Up top, we have the secondary microphone and an IR blaster, while down at the bottom are the hybrid SIM tray that supports either 2 nano SIM cards or replace one with the proprietary nano memory card. Also the USB-C port, main microphone, and loudspeaker. If you want a headphone jack, you'll have to go for the standard Mate 30. Taking a closer look at the back of the device, we have 3 main cameras, a 40-megapixel main, 40-megapixel ultrawide, and 8-megapixel telephoto. Also, there's a 3D depth sensor. For the front camera, it's a 32-megapixel sensor plus the aforementioned 3D depth camera for face unlock. Do stay tuned for our full review for a complete evaluation of this beast's cameras, but for now, check out these sample shots. Rounding out the specs, we get the latest 7nm Kirin 990 chipset that has the new GPU turbo. We got 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage. And for battery, a 4500 mAh cell with support for 40W supercharge, 27W wireless supercharge, and reverse wireless charging. And note, the phone we have for this video is the Chinese 4G version, not the 5G version. We'll definitely get into software more when we release our full review as well as the other aspects. So for now, guys, let us know what you think about the Huawei Mate 30 Pro in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel